Hey, I am so glad you have joined me today. Welcome to the channel. Now then, we are going to be talking about a conclusion to what I would guess would be called a series now, because this is the third video I have done on the subject, which is what is the best tow vehicle for a leisure travel van or any of the Sprinter-based RVs, such as Tiffin Wayfarer, Airstream Atlas, or the Winnebago Navion or View. Now, why is it going to be the perfect one? Well, because there's a weight limit, and we'll get into all of that here in a few moments. But anyway, just as a little recap of what's been going on with my leisure travel van, well, it's still at the hospital, getting some warranty work done on it, getting a few things fixed that, you know, just things that go wrong in in an RV. Things are going to go wrong constantly, just as a, you know, spoiler alert there for you if you're just now getting into the RV world. But there are 3 or 4 things that is not covered that I thought were going to be covered under this warranty. And so if you want to learn about that, my experience with getting warranty work done on my leisure travel van, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I'll be making a video about that as soon as it comes out of the shop, and I can go over all of that. Also, if you think about it, give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate that, because that really, the more interaction that the videos get, then, you know, the more YouTube puts it out to potential viewers. And so as people are discovering leisure travel vans or wanting more information about the purchasing and also owning a leisure travel van, that's going to give them more opportunities to find this channel. Appreciate that. But now then, again, I am so excited because this is a game changer for the small Class C, well, some people call it a B+ RV, to be able to tow a vehicle. And we're going to get into it right now. All right, well, if you clicked on this video, you are probably somewhat interested in a tow vehicle for a RV such as a leisure travel van. Then you would say, well, why would I need a tow vehicle? Because I'm buying a smaller RV, so I don't have to have a tow vehicle, because I can take it anywhere I want to go. Well, I completely agree with you. That's the way I do it now. I do plan on buying a tow vehicle, though. I've been saying that for about a year and a half now, if you've been watching my videos. And the reason I did not buy a Subaru Crosstrek, which I was convinced was the perfect tow vehicle for a leisure travel van, well, that is because Subaru just cannot keep up with production due to COVID, supply chain issues, things like that. So Subarus really are at a premium right now, and the used market is absolutely crazy. And you have to have a, manual transmission. Now then, Subaru also stopped supporting flat tow capabilities back in 2015. Now, you still can flat tow, and many people do. In fact, many leisure travel van owners buy brand new Subarus and flat tow them. In fact, a very popular YouTube channel also recently bought a 2021 Subaru Crosstrek and flat towed that behind their Bluebird RV. And so yes, it can be done. Now then, what I'm going to be talking about in today's video, I'm really excited because, and really glad that I didn't get the Crosstrek, because this is going to be the perfect vehicle in my opinion, and I'm going to go into why. But let's talk weights for a second. Because a lot of people think, well, I'm just going to buy a Jeep. That's what I see being pulled behind all sorts of RVs right now. Well, yeah, if you have a Class A or if you have a large Class C, you are going to be able to tow much more weight behind that RV. So some people think, well, I'm going to buy a 4-door Jeep Rubicon and pull that thing. Well, I'm just going to tell you, it's not going to be safe with a leisure travel van or any of the Sprinter-based RVs. So let's get into a little bit about why. Okay, so let's talk about weight. Now, this has nothing to do with a leisure travel van. This is completely on the Mercedes Sprinter chassis, the 3500 with the dual rear wheels, like the leisure travel van has, Airstream Atlas, Winnebagos, and also the Tiffin Wayfarer. So this is all going to be the same no matter which brand you are looking at, because there are limits to that chassis. Now then, so Mercedes-Benz says this chassis has a total weight limit, so a total gross vehicle weight rating of 11,030 pounds. So that means that everything sitting on top of that chassis, gravity down means You cannot go over 11,030 pounds. So whenever you look at what Leisure Travel Van has put inside your RV, like mine, I have a generator, I have a leveling system, I have solar panels, I have all sorts of weight that are in that automatically, right? And so mine actually has a OCCC, which is occupant and cargo carrying capacity. Mine is 1,502 pounds. And of course, if you don't have a generator, then you're going to have more cargo carrying capacity, right? So you cannot go over that 11,030 pounds. Now then, it also has another number, which is gross combined vehicle weight rating. Okay, that is 15,250 pounds. What does that mean? It means not only what's sitting on top of it, it also means what it is pulling, right? And so whenever you combine your tow vehicle, your trailer, or anything like that, anything that you're also pulling, not sitting on top of the chassis, because that can only go up to 11,030 pounds, that is going to be 15,250 pounds. So if you subtract those two, the max amount of weight that you can pull, well, in my opinion anyway, is 4,220 pounds. Now then you say, well, a Jeep is 4,220 pounds. Okay, great. Yeah, you can get a 4,220 pound Jeep. Probably needs to be a two-door. It needs to not have big fancy wheels, can't have a winch, any of those things, fun things that people put on Jeeps, because it's kind of maxed out right there. Now, this isn't about whether the engine will pull it. That's not a question. It will pull. It could probably pull 10,000 pounds. You know, once you get weight going, it's fine. The problem is stopping it, and it's going to go with that number that Mercedes-Benz says is the max. So if you have a wreck, say if you're pulling a vehicle that you're overweight in, all of those, any of those numbers, and you have a wreck, and they can determine that you are overweight, it's not going to go well for you in civil or even criminal court if something happens to somebody else, right? And so I want to stay in the safe range, and that is 4,220 pounds or under. So then, what is it? What did I choose as the best possible thing that you could tow? Well, Ford just came out with a miniature truck. That's right, a truck. It's called a Ford Maverick. I'm really excited about this vehicle. Now, there is a couple of options on there that you cannot flat tow, but 100% Ford says that you can flat tow any of the models of the Ford Maverick, whether it be the XL, XLT, or the Lariat model of a Ford Maverick, as long as you choose the hybrid engine. Now, the hybrid engine is what comes standard. I think it's an EcoBoost engine that you can get as an option. Then you can get all-wheel drive. Okay, that will not flat tow. You have to choose the hybrid model. So, and it looks like it's going to be super easy to put into tow mode. Can't go over 70 miles an hour. Some other little caveats, but otherwise it's going to be fantastic. Now, why do I say this is a perfect vehicle for that? Well, it's going to be a vehicle that, it's going to be an automatic transmission. So the Subaru Crosstrek, that was going to be a manual transmission. Not a big deal to some, but probably a big deal to others, right? And so it's going to be an automatic transmission. Now, what I really love about it is instead of it being like a crossover, so, a hatchback, something like that, where you're going to put your stuff in, because there are things that I want to carry with us that I would not want to put inside a vehicle. So essentially, I want to use my tow vehicle also as a cargo trailer. I want to carry some more stuff that we either won't fit in the Leisure Travel Van or something that you just wouldn't want in there in the first place. Things like a solo stove. Solo stoves are so nice, and it would be so nice to have. And if you own a fifth wheel and you have all of those giant bays underneath your trailer, then that's not a problem. But with a Leisure Travel Van, there's nowhere to put it, literally. Then also stand-up paddle boards or kayaks, foldable kayaks, things like that. All of these things are going to be able to be fit into the bed of this truck. A solo stove, it's going to stink after a while, right? So you're not going to want to put it in your car. We open the hatchback and put that in your car, right? And so I think this is an absolute game changer if you want to carry have a tow car for your small RV. Now then, what other benefits is a tow car going to give you? Well, obviously, when I set up camp and I'm at a place for several days and I've got my electricity plugged in, I've got all of my water and my water filter, all of those things, and I just, if I want to go out for the day, go sightseeing, different things like that, last thing I want to do is unhook all that stuff, pack up the chairs, put them in so they don't get stolen. So absolutely not. I do not want to just leave, pack up and have to leave every time we want to even go to the grocery store, go to eat or something. So a tow car, you're going to have that freedom and that flexibility. And that's what this RV life is for us. It's about exploring. It's about sightseeing. It's about seeing places that you've never seen before. And so if we can put that RV at a campsite and leave it there, leave the dogs in there safely because it's climate controlled, and they're just going to sleep in there during the day while you're out and about, and you have no worries with that. That is fantastic. Otherwise, you're going to be using your leisure travel van as a daily vehicle. You have your dogs in there. So you want to stop and go hiking for a few hours, 3-4 hours. You don't want to take the dogs. Maybe they're not allowed, and you leave them in there. Well, as many of you know, you cannot run your air conditioner without the generator on. Well, I can because I have, a nice battery bank where I can run it for 2-3 hours on battery. And so, if you want to learn more about that, that information's right there about how to run air conditioning on battery. But other than that, it's just not optimal, especially if you have pets. So the best thing to do to be able to really explore this great country of ours and get the most out of your RV life is to leave your RV at the campground, plugged in, your water, your water filter, all of that hooked up. Your pets are inside safe because you've got shore power on, could run the air conditioner all day, keep it climate controlled, and not have to just stress if you just want to go to the grocery store, if you want to go out to eat, go sightseeing, whatever it may be. So I think I'm really excited about this Ford Maverick. And so I do believe that this is going to be the one we choose. Now then, with any automobile purchase right now, who knows when you could even get one, right? If you ordered one now. In fact, I have a vehicle on order right now that is going to be the tow vehicle for our next RV. Yes, I'm getting an additional RV, a towable. We're really excited about that, to experience some RV in some other ways other than our leisure travel van. And so, so I've got a vehicle on order, a big it's not 3/4, it's a 1-ton truck on order. And we ordered it back in September. I still have not heard when we will get it. I'm hoping it's by the end of the year. Anyway, so ordering a vehicle right now, who knows when. But anyway, I invite you to jump on Ford's website. And just real quick, the XL version, you can get it for under $20,000 if you just wanted a base model, no frills, under $20,000 for a brand new vehicle that's flat towable. It's got, the carrying capacity, the storage, everything you're going to want to be able to do. I'm really excited about this. Then there's the XLT, and then there's the Ultimate, the Lariat, if you want, moonroof and sunroof and all of that good stuff that comes with a more spec'd out truck. Of course, that's going to be a little bit heavier, but it's not going to matter. You're not going to get up to 4,220 pounds, even close to that. And so spec that Maverick out. You could put every option on it and still be underweight. I'm really excited about that. All right. Again, if this is your first time on the channel, or if you have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Also, give it a thumbs up. And hey, if you've got any questions about LTVs or anything, I love to talk about it. So feel free to shoot me an email and ask any question about my experience so far. Love to hear from you, or just put it in the comments down below. Love answering questions about it. And we've learned quite a bit. And if I don't know, I'll just make something up. No, I'm just kidding. We'll try to research it and figure it out and get you the best answers possible. But that's it for this week. We are excited that you have joined us, and we will see you next time.